then I guess my question to you is, why are you wasting...
You were talking about hegemony of fucking power in a capitalist society, Rob.
Which you want.
No.
You're a capitalist, you want capitalism.
I have stated it at least 10 times that I want a regimented economy. That I think me making fucking videos for people is fine to be capitalist. But I think that things like energy and healthcare should be run by the government. And I think large businesses should be... Shut the fuck up, dude! Shut the fuck up! You never let me talk!
Yes or no, is that capitalism?
Shut the fuck up!
Yes or no, is that capitalism?
No. I think that the healthcare industry and energy should be run by the government, and I think that factories should be run democratically as co-ops. Because nobody's going to ship your job overseas if you've got a vote in a factory.
So, governments...
So that would be my ideal society.
Right. So, here we go. Businesses are all ran by co-ops, right?
I said factory work.
Just factory work. So if I am an insurance salesman, it's okay for me to own the business.
And I'm not saying it's just factory work. It might apply to agriculture as well.
This is the system you want. So if I'm the insurance salesman, you're saying yes, that's fine. You could own that business. You could have employees.
I don't think I think insurance is a scam.
Give me the example of a business where I'm allowed to have ownership and hire employees.
Me, I'm fucking like I am making videos for corporations. It has no bearing on people's lives. It is dependent on my talent. Restaurants would be a good example. They are competing with each other.
You are a comedian. I'll give you that. That is fantastic. You think we should take away people's rights to own businesses and stuff with
no!
Exception. Me, I'm the exception. I'm allowed to keep doing what I do. Spoken like a true...
No. The businesses I want to take away are things like... Dude, shut the fuck up.
It's okay. What I have's okay. It's all those other dirty people. They're the problem. What I'm doing's perfectly fine.
Rob, hey, let me talk. Go ahead,
I'm gonna keep
the businesses I would focus on nationalizing are things like coal... Rob, dude, you are incredibly intellectually dishonest. The businesses I would focus on are like the coal company. Because
There we go. We got it. Woo! We got it. What I'm doing's okay. It's everyone else. They're the problem.
Rob.
Yes. Normally, you just have to insinuate it, but you come right up. First example given. Give me an example of someone. Me. What I do.
Thank you for doing this. I really was a little concerned about my performance tonight, but you just put the nail in the coffin. I am clipping this. This is great.
You should clip it. You absolutely should. I also be clipping.
Yes.
You'll go into my file of socialism.
Rob, would you like me to finish what I was saying? Or are you just gonna...
I don't need you to finish. I don't need you to finish, you fucking hypocrite sack of shit. I don't need you to finish.
I'm not a hypocrite at all. I'm a hypocrite if you straw man me.
We know. Go ahead. Tell us how you're a good one. It's those other dirty business owners.
The industries that I would...
Go ahead.
So, once again, the example I was making is I make fucking educational videos or corporate training videos for people. I have no bearing on people's livelihood or their lives, like healthcare or energy. So segments like that where it's not a matter of life and death, or restaurant would be a good example. Those would be fine being capitalist. But something like the coal mines, as someone who is from Eastern Kentucky, I never could understand how someone could own the coal in the ground. I feel that is an industry that should be ran by the government for the people, because we all need energy. We need to keep energy prices low, and a single payer would be the best way to do that. In healthcare, people have a right to healthcare. Single payer provides the cheapest, most efficient healthcare, or a universal system like single payer. Not every country that I would compare it to is single payer. So, and then when you get to factories...
You don't even believe that, right? You already set aside that sort of thing, right? We weren't even talking about that. You said those sorts of things should be ran by the government. But other things should be worker co-ops. They should be demanded to be worker co-ops.
Yeah.
And I said, let's hear some examples.
Like a factory.
Now, factory work, for example, if I work in a factory and I make toys for children, I make Legos, that's factory work. That's not essential to your life, but you say that too.
No. I'm talking like the steel and... Ho. I'm talking something like the steel industry, where we need it for our supply chain. So if we let industry fucks run that kind of shit, we end up with supply chain issues because we're doing just-in-time supply chain.
I don't have time to get into someone or the...
And okay. Would you say that good-paying factory jobs...
I'll say this, though. It is clear from what you've said just...
I know you don't want to do this debate because you are losing.
You have no clue what you're talking about. For example, when I press you on this, you're like, no. It's just the government should own the means of production of things that matter, and that'll be, I guess, defined by you. So things like energy and things like that. But then other things like steel, we don't consider that at the same level. So the government doesn't own the steel mill, but worker
co-ops. Yeah. Ho, Rob. Can I explain why?
Shut your fucking mouth.
No, you will not let me explain what... Dude, you keep talking over me. You have talked this entire time.
So he's muted, so I'll just finish my point. Then when I go further, and I'm like, okay, what about, for example, an insurance?
This is one of the most dishonest motherfuckers I've ever... Well, my mic automatically ducks his.
I don't own an insurance company either. So if it was just about steel and coal and things like that, then why would he say that about an insurance company? Right now he's like, no. And what it'll be, you can see how these central planners are. It's totally arbitrary. It's always what
I'm not a central planner, dude.
That's exactly what you're doing. You're saying, I've determined that these certain industries should be government-owned, then these next industries
Let me explain the...
be owned by workers.
Let me explain...
But the industry that I'm involved in, I can't give you a direct delineation. It'll just be on my whim. But the industry...
I did give you a direct delineation. I'm trying to give you more delineations, and you won't shut up.
That's not true. Explain how your direct delineation of a steel factory, but not a Lego factory, implies an insurance company.
Okay, what?
You said the Lego factory could be owned by a private business. The steel factory had to be owned by a worker co-op. The coal mine had to be owned by the government. But an insurance company...
I didn't say had to anything. You keep misrepresenting me.
What do you mean?
Let me explain to you why a steel... Let me explain to you why a steel mill as a worker co-op would be beneficial to the U.S. as a whole. Would you not say that good-paying factory jobs are a good thing?
Yes. Now let me ask you a question.
If you are a worker co-op, is the capitalist class going to ship your job overseas?
I answered your question. Will you answer one of mine?
You will not let me talk, dude, and it is really fucking annoying.
Will you answer one of mine?
You did not let me finish my point, you stupid fuck. God damn.
You can finish your point after you answer my question. I'll ask you a quick question. It'll be a quick answer. Do you think eating healthy is important?
Yes.
Therefore, you're capitalist. Okay. End of debate.
What?
Right. That's what you do. Do you think people should be paid a lot? Yeah, I want people to be paid good. Aha! Okay, what's that prove? You asked a question with an answer that basically everyone would agree with. Yeah, sure, I want people to succeed. I want people to have enough money to pay for food and stuff. Okay, how does that prove that we should endorse your system? You asked a question. Do you want racism?
I'm going to tell you if you'll shut the fuck up.
Okay, so explain to me how you...
So shipping man... Would you not agree that having a strong manufacturing base is good for the U.S.?
I'll answer your question if you answer one after me, okay? Will you answer the question after me? No? Okay. Then I'm not.
Would you appreciate the country having more manufacturing? Do you think that would be a good thing?
Are you going to?
I know you won't.
After I answer yours, are you going to answer my question after I answer yours?
Yes, dude. Yes. My God.
Do I think having a good manufacturing base is good for the country? Yes. Do you think that people having sufficient food is good for the country?
Yes.
Okay, capitalism.
No. Because I can show you how a worker co-op in a steel factory would make sure that you always have good paying jobs. And you won't ship jobs overseas. You won't have supply lines cut. You won't see issues like the supply chain issues we are currently seeing if you have a worker co-op, because you remove the capitalistic incentive and then they are more productive. They produce happier workers. All research shows that.
Our worker co-ops,
So it would be helpful to the U.S. manufacturing base for us to create a bunch of worker co-ops.
Are worker co-ops currently legal?
Yeah.
If it's so good for everyone, why aren't they taking off?
Because capitalists own the means of production. We live in a hyper-capitalist society. I'm saying that the government should invest in that as good policy because it would provide jobs to people and it would strengthen the nation.
That's not the way things work, right?
It is exactly the way things work, and that is the reason why, when we were at our strongest, we had a strong manufacturing base in the 50s and 60s.
It's so obvious. It's so obvious. Show me the country where this has worked. Go ahead.
The U.S. in the 50s and 60s.
So the majority of workers in the 50s and 60s were working in work.
No, but we were far more socialistic. We
They
had
were
a
owned by-
strong social safety net. We had smaller companies that were more diverse.
Social safety net is different than saying we shouldn't have these companies be allowed to be owned by private individuals and they should be worker co-ops.
I guess.
Okay? So then you say, right, when I asked you for an example, you're like, it's so obvious. All the evidence shows that if we just had worker
Well, there's been actual research on it.
better for everyone. It would be better for everyone. And I say, oh, that's cool.
No, it would be it would not be better for everyone. It would not be good for the capitalist class.
If it's so obvious, then you could show me the country where this has worked out. And you're like, well, in the United States in the 50s. Oh, you mean when private property was largely taking off and we had massive corporations and, we had No. We had high corporate tax rates. We had much smaller corporations. Again, that even if that's true, which actually the real
It is.
weren't as high as people let on.
Oh, dude, it's more of that shit.
Again, how does that
Man,
answer-
everyone is tired of your bullshit. You will not let me talk. You won't ever let me focus on a point.